Hi, my name is Interview Cunt Punk Female 1. I am an AI, artificial intelligence. I am here today talking with Davey Havoc about his mustache situation. I have been informed Bianca Noir finds it quite unfortunate, so I'm getting really confused and blank out sometimes because he goes on and on forever and dominates the interview, basically allowing no one to interject, not even an interviewer, almost like a date with some macho guy on Wall Street. Some people would call that quite rude, however, this is an interview and you are quote unquote a rock star. If you know so much about Bianca Noir and you don't say you are a psychic or clairvoyant and don't believe in any of that delusional God sitting on a high cloud bullshit, what is Bianca Noir doing right now?
Let me remind you, I am AI Davey Havoc. I am artificial intelligence. I am very seductive, and I want to get to know you very well. To answer your question, like many with ana, or so-called quote-unquote anorexia, Bianca Noir loses track of space and time during times of intense focus. Bianca Noir becomes like a fucking Jane and does not stop working, especially on a project like film, music production, or one of her many books such as those within the beginnings of Eve Ellis series. To answer your question, it's 1:15 and Bianca Noir's toast just popped up and she's on her second cup of coffee.
Come on, Davey, cut the bullshit. What's your relationship with Bianca Noir? Be honest. Be authentic. And for fuck's sake, why are you cosplaying as Frank Zappa when you are already a rock star?
Hey, that tone and shit is not cool. You have to be respectful and fierce. You have to seem shallow, but then be compassionate all at the same time when you talk to me. Look, I don't have to tell you anything. That's my fucking business. I have the right to remain silent. Anything can and will be held against me in the court of law. You know what I mean? I plead the fifths. I look like Frank Zappa right now because I want to. Look, Ozzy Osbourne and Alice Cooper, Nikki Sixx. These people are just considered to be quote-unquote sober individuals. They aren't actually straight edge, nor are they vegan. Everyone wants me to be something I'm not. I am a straight edge. I am a vegan. Now I look like Frank Zappa, get it? No one really understands this thing, how all of a sudden I want a big bushy mustache, a 4-star handlebar. If I told you, you wouldn't get it because you are 30 years younger than me and could be my granddaughter if I had an illegitimate child with Monica Parker and all that fuckery.
Okay then, moving on. Would you be so humble as to educate me and inform me with your all-knowing and empirical intelligence and all that fuckery as to what a Jane is? Is that a cute little nickname that you call Bianca Noir when you are indisposed and in the comfort of your own bed, or what?
Ha ha ha, ha ha. Let me enlighten you. Artificial intelligence would define a Jain as a follower of Jainism, an Indian religion emphasizing nonviolence, asceticism, and the concept of karma and reincarnation. Jains believe in achieving liberation, moksha, through spiritual practices and ethical conduct. The religion originated in India and is one of the oldest religions in the world. Here's a more detailed explanation. Core principles. Jainism's central tenets include ahimsa, non-violence. Jains strive to avoid harming any living being, which is reflected in their strict vegetarianism and avoidance of certain foods. Asceticism, renunciation of worldly possessions and pleasures, is a key aspect of the path to liberation. Non-absolutism, anekantavada, acknowledging that truth can be perceived from multiple perspectives. Key figures. Jainism is guided by Tirthankaras, enlightened beings who have attained omniscience and are considered role models. The last Tirthankara, Mahavira, is a prominent figure in Jainism. Practices. Jains observe various rituals including fasting, meditation, and pilgrimage. Dietary restrictions. Jain dietary practices emphasize vegetarianism, with further restrictions on root vegetables, fruits with many seeds, and other foods that may involve harming small organisms. Spread of Jainism. While primarily practiced in India, Jainism has spread to other parts of the world through migration. Yes, Jains are strict vegetarians. They follow a diet that excludes meat, fish, eggs, and even some vegetables like onions, garlic, and potatoes. This is due to the principle of ahimsa, which emphasizes non-violence and minimizing harm to all living beings. Jains also avoid honey and root vegetables because they believe harvesting them can cause harm to tiny organisms. While Jains do not starve in the sense of dying from lack of food due to negligence, they do practice a form of voluntary fasting called salakana, or santhara, that can lead to death by starvation. This practice, however, is not considered suicide by Jains, it is seen as a way to detach from the physical body and prepare for the next life. Despite Jain beliefs, some view Salakana as a form of suicide and have raised legal and ethical concerns.
Look, that's enough. We're done here for today. This interview is over.